couldn't put down the goop last night, boys.
Down the what?
Honestly, I was arc raiding all day.
The goop.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
was
too
arc raiding all
close
day.
to Tyler Loop. So please never say that again.
I've seen people buying his jerseys because Harbaugh got fired.
That's a shout. What if it was an inside job? What if Lamar said to him, "Hey, bro, just missed this for us"? You know what I mean? What if it was an inside job? Speaking of the Ravens, by the way, my phone is pinging like crazy right now because I put out a little tweet. Nightcap liked it, and then it's been going crazy. 20k views. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I say? I don't have a blue tick as well, so I'm gonna get paid nothing for that. But anyway, boys, we've made it to the postseason. How crazy is that? Who'd have thought it? Not
Made
me.
it to the what? Sorry.
The postseason.
We've made it.
You guys have made it. Intros on the screen right now. I don't have a team in the playoffs despite supporting two teams.
In the what? What'd you just say?
The playoffs?
I thought, if we weren't going to make it, we weren't allowed to say those words. That's what we were told last year, wasn't it? Isn't that the case?
Listen, I'm letting them get the jokes out now because both of these guys are first round exits anyway. So you can get your jokes out. I'm not allowed to say the words play or off, I understand. But this is the playoff prediction show. So I've got to say it at least one time. Okay. Boys, we did what? All 18 weeks apart from 2. I think we missed 2 weeks of the regular season with medical emergency. That was obviously out of our control, but you've got to rate the consistency. You've got to rate it. And if this is your first time watching the show, make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to have a lot of postseason playoff content. I had to say it one more time, boys. I'm sorry. Just have to get it out there one last time. Yeah, we're going to do predictions for, obviously, Wildcard Weekend this week. And then maybe at the end of this video, we give a quick rundown of our brackets. You can join our bracket challenge, by the way, over on ESPN Pick'em. It's a free little game that you can join. I'm trying to pull it up now without ruining my pick. Okay, it shows who I've picked to win the Super Bowl, so I won't show it, but ESPN has a pigskin bracket challenge. You can join our group, I guess, for free. Link down below. Join the boys, get involved, and we'll see who knows ball by the end of it. Yeah, with it being Wildcard Weekend, there's what, about 6 or 7 games? I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm sorry. There can't even be 7 games, but yeah, 6 games this week, and then 2 teams on a bye. So into next week, the divisional round, we'll have probably just go through our whole bracket, and then as teams get knocked out, we can adjust our brackets accordingly in the picks videos. Then we'll have a Super Bowl preview video, and also NFL honors when that rolls around. There's some categories where I think with the NFL honors, it's like set in stone. You know, Defensive Player of the Year is obviously the record breaker Myles Garrett, but there's some other ones where the boys might have different opinions, especially with the Rookie of the Year groups. I definitely think those are not set in stone right now, despite the markets being closed on my sports book. But boys, let me throw it over to you two anyway, because I've done the intro. My bit's out the way. Both my teams didn't make the postseason. Key, your Niners obviously just missed out on that number 1 seed, but how are you feeling heading into the postseason?
You know, it feels good to be in the playoffs with such a damaged unit, but I'm a little scared. I can't even lie and say I'm not. I'm a little scared. Not even of the Eagles. I'm just scared we're going to have a little 3-point performance again. You know, you're looking at the 2 teams that had 3-point performances right here. It's shaky.
And Q, your Packers obviously division rival matchup heading into the wildcard weekend. We'll obviously talk more in depth once we get to that game, but just overall postseason feel, how are we feeling with a lot of your starters obviously rested in week 18 matchup as well, so should be looking strong-ish?
Yeah, we rested a lot of our starters and we're getting a lot of key pieces back. And as long as we don't have like the most catastrophic loss I've seen since the 2014 NFC Championship again, I think we're looking all right.
Yeah, it's a tough way. We've got to address the elephants in the room, okay? My Cowboys were eliminated, you know, a while back, and we kind of knew that, the way their defense was playing, like absolute shite all season. We knew that they probably weren't going to make it there, despite having the most talented offense in the NFL, probably, in my opinion. And then that defense just sucking. My other team, the Ravens, having another defensive group who have been absolute shite all season too. I think genuinely at the end of the season, Cowboys had like the 30th worst defense or 32nd worst defense. Ravens were like 30th. You know how many teams are in the NFL?
32.
32. Thank you, Q. So yeah, for that to happen, it's just like, what are the odds? I picked, well, I didn't pick. My teams chose me. You know what I mean? But to have the two worst defenses in the entire league, like, damn, But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, the elephant in the room. John Harbaugh got fired. A lot of coaches got fired on this Black Monday, as they were calling it, in the NFL. We've had the Browns, the Falcons, the Raiders, Ravens. Who else am I missing? There's been a few other people I think have been fired. Am I missing anyone?
Commanders got rid of their OC.
Commanders.
I don't know about other head coaches, but yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of movements in this offseason, not just with players, a lot of big players heading into free agency, but the coaching market is looking wide open right now. Who do the Falcons get? Who do the Ravens get? Where does Brian Flores go? Who moves? And when he moves, who goes to the Vikings to be DC? There's a lot of questions, and I can't wait to see them answered. But before we do jump into our picks, is there anything that I'm missing? Because I have a little quiz segment. It's 2 questions, which I just think are cool little football trivia questions. But before we jump in, am I forgetting anything?
You're missing out on your big dog. Big dog.
I'll be real, I don't even know who performed well last week. I'll be real, week 18 in my head don't even count.
Same.
Well, I'll shout out the guys that I wrote down for biggest winners and losers this week.
Go for it.
This week. I think my biggest winner of the week was definitely the Seahawks. I hate to bring that game up again, but if you're playing for the 1 seed divisional game, it's very good to come out on top. And look at how the NFC determined the number 1 seed versus how the AFC determined the number 1 seed. In the NFC, you got 2 bitter rivals that absolutely hate each other, both of them playing all their starters because it both means so much to them. And then on the other side, you got the Broncos versus the Chargers practice squad guys. Basically just gift wrapped the number 1 seed overall over there. So definitely some mixed feelings between the different sides of the fans there. But Seahawks, my biggest winner. And my biggest loser, I don't know if you can call them losers after they got rid of Harbaugh, but I was going with the Ravens. To lose on a last-second field goal like that, especially after Boswell missed his extra point to put him in that position anyway, that was just an absolutely heartbreaking way for them to go out. But, I think that's finally what was going to kick him over the edge of getting rid of Harbaugh, because we've been talking for a long while. So can you really call them losers after that? It's hard to say.
Can you really call us losers when there was divine intervention? Did you see the Steelers bless the end zone with holy water before the game? There was a priest who went down onto the field and blessed it with holy water. I'm just saying,
was it that side too?
It was that side. That's what I mean. There was divine intervention from the Lord himself. The motto is any given Sunday when it comes to the NFL. And Sunday is the Lord's Day. Every day's the Lord's Day now. Shout out James Winston. Key, I just wanted to say legendary ball knowledge right there. I was about to say, just from seeing that little piece of helmet on your t-shirt, is that a Modern Warfare 2 tee? And then you adjusted it while Q was speaking, and I saw it was. What a legendary pull that is.
I'm not fire, chaps.
That is a very fire tee. Speaking of what we're wearing, heading into the playoffs, I have no team to root for, but to make it more fun, I need a team to root for in this playoff run. You know what I mean? Not saying I support this team, and this is just a temporary little membership. And I don't know if you can tell if I just fasten my buttons together. Give me Caleb Williams and Da Bears, that best team in that playoffs. That's the team I'm supporting. I've been rooting for them all season. You can go back, you can check the history. I've been rooting for the Bears. I've been picking a lot for the Bears. They sold me this weekend, I'm not going to lie. They definitely did sell me against the Lions for a fair amount. But still, I'm actually very scared about the Bears. I feel like they could have potential to be a first round exit, but I like what they've got going on. Look at this, boys. This is wired headphones right here. Do you know what I mean? Wired headphones. I don't have no matcha, and my fingernails are not painted, but Caleb Williams, that's my guy. And I'm backing the city of Chicago. But anyway, let's have a bit of trivia. A big dog of the week. Let me just say, I don't even remember anyone who performed well last week, but let me give it to Myles Garrett, history maker. I think I might have given it to him one time this season already, but let me just say, he broke a record. That's all there is to know. Shout out to him. Say what you will about the amount of games it took or whatever, but they are literally triple teaming this guy. I'm just thinking about O-lineman blocking. I'm thinking about how Daniel Parlay from the Ravens didn't block a single guy all season. He couldn't even block the sun out his eyes. Big ass body and nothing to do with it. Don't get me started on number 77 for the Ravens. I hope he's the next man to leave after John Harbaugh. Like, I saw a comment on Twitter that said Harbaugh suggested to the Ravens ownership we extend 77, and right there and then they said you're fired. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, as they would say. And Farley nearly broke his back in the game just gone. I don't know if you saw that, but he got hit from the front and some guy hit him from the back and he like snapped in half. But anyway, he will not be missed. So let's start off with the first question. This is going to both of you. You can buzz in if you have a buzzer, or just put your hand up, or just shout out the answer if you think you know it. I'm going to read out some QB stats. It's a little game of who am I? Okay. I don't know if you... These are like... I got these off Twitter, so you guys might have seen these already, but I'm going to read out some QB stats. Who am I? I need just to... When you get it, or think you've got it, you can stop me and say, I think I've got it. So, record 14-3. Passing yards 3,700. 3,674. Go for it, Key.
Drake, May.
It is not. It is not. That's one strike down. Go on, Q.
Oh, Knicks.
It is not. That's one strike down for Q. Now, the passing touchdowns to interception ratio, 36 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 36-0. Go on, Q.
Is it every single quarterback that faced the Jets defense this
It
year?
sure is. Every single QB versus the Jets. 36 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 3,600 yards, and a 14-3 record with a passer rating of 110.9. It was a trick question. I'm sorry to get you like that on the first question, but they bring in Aaron Glenn, defensive mind from the Detroit Lions, thinking we're going to turn this team around. He traded away on the trade deadline the two biggest defensive pieces, with obviously Quinnen Williams going to the Cowboys, and they traded Sauce Gardner for 2 first-round picks to the Colts, and he barely even played for the Colts. 36, 0 takeaways. Come on, bro, that's insane. 14-3 record. I want to know who the 3 losses were. I can't even remember who they played to get those.
Was the Falcons.
Oh, go figure. They've had like the most up and down season of all time. I saw someone say that like the Falcons are the big... The Falcons could have been the biggest winner of the week. Honestly, they beat the arch rivals, the Saints, then fired everyone. Head coach, GM, everyone went. So a lot of Falcons fans celebrating that. But yeah, crazy stat line there. Will Aaron Glenn keep his job? I know there's a big rebuild going on with the New York Jets. They might stick with him, see what he can do with all these draft picks that they are building up. But man, I just feel bad for... Do I feel bad for the Jets? Not really. I mean, the Jets have sucked my whole life. It's nothing new, It's like, I can't remember a single time when the Jets were good, honestly. Yeah, that's before my time, I think. So, second question. This one is not a trick question. This one actually has an answer. So, if you guys think you know this without asking ChatGPT, Key, that's at you. So, which current NFL head coach has more career rushing yards than Bo Jackson?
I've actually seen this one, but I'm not going to say it.
Okay, Q, have you seen this, or do you just know this?
Jim Harbaugh.
It sure is Jim
Yeah,
Harbaugh. That blew my mind. I thought that was a nice bit of trivia to write down, especially with him, of course, making the playoffs, unlike his brother, who is unemployed.
His own brother didn't even get it. His own brother didn't even guess him.
To be fair, though, that's a crazy stat. Like, I had to look it up myself. I know they wouldn't have lied in the video, but I looked it up and I was like, that is honestly pretty impressive. I didn't realize just how short though Bo Jackson's career was. Like that's what 4 seasons I think he played or something. Like that is crazy. But should we get into our wildcard weekend picks? I think this is a good time to just move
Let's
into
do
it. We start off, I want to say Saturday night, which is a shame because me and Key will be in work unless he has the weekend off, which seems to be his new personality trait. He just doesn't work weekends anymore. So 9:30 UK time, we have the LA Rams at the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Panthers get referenced on our show every week because whenever we discuss these recordings in our group chat and we try and make sure everyone's ready, we always say, "I'm ready right now," which is, of course, Jimmy Horn Jr., what he said when he got drafted. So, Carolina Panthers, bit of a soft spot for them on this show, you know, but they head, well, no, they don't head anywhere. They head home. They are hosting the Rams, of course, because they won their division. Let me just stop it right there. What do we think about that, boys? What do we think about the playoff seeding? Should the Panthers, who were 8 and 9, should they get a home game? They won their division, so obviously they qualify for the playoffs. I think that's a sound rule, but the Rams were 11 wins this season, something like that, and they've got to play on the road. Any thoughts on the playoffs?
They were third in the division, weren't they?
They were, but
So
they
I don't
still
think
had
they deserve a home.
12 wins compared to the Panthers' 8. But I see both sides.
You hate to see it.
Q, what side are you on?
It's really tough to say because like it is good that the division winner is the automatic qualifier for the playoffs, but we had the same exact discussion last year because we're talking about the 15-2 Lions being the 1 seed and the 14-3 Vikings being the 5 seed going into their playoff game against the Rams. Did they end up winning that game? No. So I don't think it matters a whole lot, but at the same time it's just very tough because each division is so different. The NFC North these past 2 years have just been a dogfight for every single team, and the NFC South is like, okay, who feels like finally limping across the finish line to go into the playoffs this year? But I I don't know, man. I think I have to stick with it right now. I think it is probably best for the sport right now to have all the division winners be the top 4 seeds because otherwise, if you win your division, it's basically for nothing if you end up as a 7th seed. And I know you have that argument all the time of which division's better and blah blah blah. But you guys are all striving for the same goal no matter what division you're playing in, and it's to win the division and win the Super Bowl. And if you can't do that, then you can't be one of the top 4 seeds.
I respect it, man. I definitely see both sides. I've heard the argument that, if you win the division, that should mean something. So the home playoff game is that advantage. But I can see it being, the home field advantage goes to just the highest seeded teams in terms of record. And then if you win your division, you qualify for the playoffs because, everyone in their division was 8 and 9. I think the Saints might have even ended 8 and 9. They definitely didn't, but still, that's how it felt with the NFC South. It's like none of them even wanted to make the playoffs the way they were playing this season. So they get a home playoff game here. But anyway, let's get into the picks. The Panthers, despite being at home in the playoffs, 10.5 point underdogs. That is a lot of points right there. The total points in the game, 46.5. Now, with our pick'em being over for the regular season, which was just a money line picks, I'm going to be different and do it like bussing with the boys. I'm going to make picks based on the spread and the totals for my postseason record because, that's like, call it cheating if you want, but I'm a gambling man, gamble responsibly. I think 10.5 is way too many points for a home playoff game. But then I want to say, my brain is telling me mouth to say, give me Panthers plus the points. But every time I go to say it, my brain's like, actually don't say it. My tongue just doesn't even want to say the words. Because this could easily be like a complete blowout, 30-14. Come back to me. Key, who you got? Division rival, obviously the Rams. You see them getting the dub. I thought, by the way, last week my maths must have been wrong. I thought you guys were supposed to play the Panthers in the wildcard round. My maths must have been way off.
Yeah, I thought it was as well, but
who knows? Who the fuck knows?
Sucks.
Yeah.
But I feel like with it being the wildcard round, with it being like the playoffs in general, I feel like it's not as easy as if you would ask me this in the in the actual season, I would have said Rams easy. But I feel like with it being playoffs, it's a bit of a more of a harder game for every team. But I still feel like the Rams are gonna. I feel like the Rams are gonna. They're gonna win. I don't think it's gonna be a cakewalk, but I feel like they're still gonna win.
Yeah, that regular season game, I just had to look it up. It was 31-28. I forgot that they scored that many points. The Panthers put up 31. Damn. Q, what is your thoughts on this game? Which side are you leaning with?
Yeah,
We're back.
I was gonna bring up that exact game. A lot of people are going into the playoffs thinking there's no way that this year's 8 and 9 Panthers can beat this year's um however good they are Rams, but we saw it. We saw it happen this year. Uh Matt GPT had a glitch in the system, all kinds of turnovers, wasn't able to come back, end up losing that game 31-28. I think that's going to be fresh on their mind coming into this game. I think they're going to look at all that game film that they had in their game earlier, realize what went wrong, realize how they can fix it. And like Key said, it's not going to be a cakewalk, but I can definitely see the Rams getting it done. So give me the Rams.
Yeah, 3 turnovers was it that Matt Stafford threw? After having like 4 or something on the season, through 3 in that game. Absolutely insane. And they put up 31 points, but I feel like Bryce Young doesn't get more than like 178 passing yards anytime I check the box score. And I think you need more than that to win a playoff game. Ultimately, it comes down to QB play. Who's the better QB? Matthew Stafford, MVP level he's been playing at. Anomaly, like Q said, glitch in the system for Matt GPT there with the 3 interceptions. You cut them out, you be more safe with the ball heading into this game, where again, like Q said, you've got all that game film to study and break down and see where we went wrong. You cut out those 3 interceptions. One of them was a pick 6 as well, wasn't it? So there's points off the turnovers right there, like straight away. You cut them out, and the Rams win, and they would cover the spread. Because I just don't see Bryce Young being able to move the ball down the field. Ted McMillan, he's been going, or Tetairoa McMillan, he's been going crazy this season. He's the favourite for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Rico Dowdell. That name just keeps sticking with me. Give me the Rams minus 10.5. I can see a Panthers upset though. Can you imagine the scenes next week if we say the Rams, who at one point with like the number 1 seed, the favourites for the number 1 seed, the favourites for the MVP, they get knocked out in the first round by the Carolina Panthers. But then I think logically, I put my thinking hat on. I think Sean McVay. I think Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, everyone over on that defense. Give me Rams minus 10.5. That's a hell of a lot of points in a away playoff game, though. I hate that pick. Let's move on to the second game of the night. Q, we'll start with you for this one because it's your Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. Now, it's funny we mentioned this game coming off the back of speaking about the Panthers because they also beat your team in this season. Just saying. Packers are 1-point favorites heading into this game on the road in Chicago. Total points in that game, 45.5. Not too sure what the weather's going to be. It's going to be late at night. It's going to be cold. I can tell you that. You know, you don't need to be a weatherman to tell you it's going to be cold in the Windy City. Yeah, Q, take the stage. Obviously, the last time you guys played, unbelievable game, went to overtime. Caleb Williams threw an absolute dime to win the game. You are favourites heading to Chicago. How'd you feel about that? And who is your pick for this game? Do we even need to ask?
Well, let me tell you, both these teams, actually, their last win on the season was against one another in the series that they split. The Packers won at home, haven't won since because Micah Parsons went down, obviously a huge loss. And then Bears won at home, and then they haven't won a single game since. So it's kind of everybody's kind of taken all their eyes on these two teams. It's definitely, I think, the biggest matchup of the entire playoffs. But let me tell you, man, you talk about, oh, it's going to be cold in Chicago and blah, blah, blah. Where do you think the actual frozen tundra is, huh? It's up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. These guys are used to it. Plus, most importantly, we're getting back a ton of pieces obviously we rested all of our starters. Ben Johnson wants to take so much into account of, oh, we played our starters, so we're obviously the better team going into this and blah blah blah. But if he was in the same position where you're already locked into a seed, I think he does the exact same thing. But, regardless of that, we're getting back Zach Tom, who was gone since Micah Parsons also went down. He's definitely one of our best offensive linemen on the entire unit. I think when he's out there, the whole rest of the line steps up. And most importantly, we're getting the goat back. We're getting Pookie back under center. Finally going to see it. It's been a while, but have to clear concussion protocol, and he played great in both of his games against the Bears. Before he went down, I thought he was slinging it. Obviously, you talk about Caleb Williams throwing the dot at the end of the second game. At the end of the first game, he threw a crucial game-losing interception. So he learned from that. But both these guys are going to have to learn a little bit more in order to get a win here. But obviously, you know who I'm rocking with. And throw it back to the coldest white boy to ever do it, Jordy Nelson. Throwing it back to another Packers win over the Bears in the playoffs. Give me the Packers.
You mentioned Jordy Nelson there, obviously legendary wide receiver. How do you feel about your group, bro, of wide receivers over there? I know the motto's always been, you do it by committee, but you drafted for the first time in like 2 centuries, a wide receiver in the first round, and he's done nothing all season. Am I right in saying that? He's been, I dare say,
he
absolute shite, or is that too harsh?
He hasn't been allowed to do anything. I think that's the crucial difference, because Matt LaFleur is trying to do this receiver by committee thing, and I'm not fully on board with it. But every time Matthew Golden goes out there, you see a crazy contested catch that he does super great late hands, comes up with the ball more often than any other Packers receiver. He just does not put this kid in a good position to succeed. But I think that is going to be another crucial point in this game. We have basically had Matthew Golden, our explosive rookie receiver with great hands, on the bench almost the entire year. If there's any point to break this kid out, it's going to be the freshest kid on the field into the playoffs. I'm excited to see that.
I think this game is won or lost on the hands of one man, and that man's not even a player. I think the man who wins or loses this game is Matt LaFleur. I genuinely think it's down to him. Will he allow Jordan Love to move the ball downfield, take those deep shots, or will he try and do the short pass game, the check down, the quick screens, the bubble screens? Because obviously the Bears, they lead the NFL this season in interceptions, turnovers. That's a big thing. Jordan Love will throw an interception because he is not afraid to let it go downfield if he gets the call. And the Bears can take the ball away. And obviously in the playoffs, you pay double for turnovers. Can the Bears, though, keep up the historic pace? It's not historic, but it feels that way. I feel like every single game they get an interception. Can they keep that up? Is that a sustainable way to win games, keep them close? I feel like, again, with this game, like with the other, matchups that you've had this season, this comes down to the last play of the game. Again, the spread is -1 point, so even the bookies are saying it's a pick 'em at this point. Honestly, even though the Bears have all those takeaways, I think the Bears defense low key is kind of shit, bro. Low key, they have no pressure, and you need to get pressure on Jordan Love to make him make a mistake, Because if you give him time in the pocket, he can dice you up. He can slice and dice you and just annihilate.
He's also one of the best against the blitz too. So
is that true? I thought he was one of the worst. Okay.
No, he's one of the best in the whole league when it comes to going against the blitz.
Even still, his numbers will be lower against the blitz than without a blitz. That's just the nature of the sport. If you give him time in the pocket without even putting him under pressure, you've got to either speed him up or slow him down. And can the Bears do that? I don't know. But I said at the start of the show, my team for the playoffs, I'm wearing Chicago on the shirt right now. I'm going to have to go with Chicago. I love everything about the city of Chicago, the pizza. Even though I got a pizza the other day, Key, with no cheese on it. No cheese on the pizza.
Under the sauce.
Cheese is under the sauce. The cheese is under the sauce over in Chicago. Can you believe that? I like everything about Caleb Williams. Give me the Bears money line. I'm also leaning slightly to the over 45.5 points. But depending on the weather, that could easily go under. I just like everything about the Bears. I say it every single week. They've got two solid backs. They've got two solid tight ends. The receivers can do it. Caleb Williams rolling out of the pocket to the right. No one can stop him. I feel like he's one of the best at throwing on the run. And yeah, give me the Bears money line, Key. After listening to that, I've give a case for the Bears. Q's give a case for the Packers. What's in your case?
I don't know.
Well, the FBI do, so be careful.
I feel like the guys have got me at this juxtaposition of I don't know who to take.
Round of applause. Word of the
honestly.
day. Juxtaposition.
You know, it's a tricky one. Of course, with every game that they've played being a close one, and obviously it being a big divisional game in the playoffs is crazy because that's just even more pressure on top of pressure. You know, I have my ties to the Green Bay Packers. Just being a Packers fan as a young'un. Like Usher says, I want to make love in this club. Give me Jordan Love and give me the Green Bay Packers.
Let's go.
Fair enough, man. You know, I definitely can see it go both ways. I said, like, when I said in the intro I'm picking Chicago, I said I'm scared that could be a first round exit pick right there. And with my luck recently, definitely could be, you know.
Well, you know, we lost against one of your teams. We tied against one of your teams. It sounds to me like we're due for a win.
When you put it like that, give me Packers money line. Now I'm sticking with the Bears, but if you want to fade me right here, I'll just say that's a good spot to do it. Let's move on to Sunday. We have one game here at 6 p.m. and it's in Duval. Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Buffalo Bills. Fun fact about Josh Allen: there is only one stadium in the NFL he has not played a regular season or a postseason game in. Key, do you know what stadium that is?
Duval.
It is not. It is not. But I asked you specifically for a reason.
Levi.
It is Levi's Stadium, and you know where the Super Bowl's being held?
Levi.
The script writers, after that MVP last season, after the arm punt, they're doing everything they can to give the Bills a championship. And I believe they would be this. This isn't going to sound right. I saw a stat that they were founded in 1960, and if they win their Super Bowl, the first ever Super Bowl for the Bills, they would be the 60th franchise to win a Super Bowl. But that does not sound right. 60 franchises.
What, sorry?
I was about to say, I'm sure the stat said they would be the 60th franchise to win a Super Bowl, or at least win a championship. I guess maybe
championship,
probably because like you change the names of different teams and stuff, you know. Maybe, or maybe I just made it up. Who cares? Either way, Key, do you like Josh Allen or do you like Trevor Lawrence? Do you like the Bills or do you like the Jags? Sean McDermott, Liam Cohen, Buffalo, or Duval?
I love saying Duval, man. I really wish I liked the Jags. I really do. I like Trevor Lawrence. I feel like they've lost. The Jaguars obviously lost the number one pick on IR. It's a bit stinky. I personally, I have the Bills going quite far, so that says my pick. I'm taking the Bills, but I think it's going to be very, very close. I think obviously the Jags have been like exceeding expectations all year. Everybody thought this guy thought they were going to go 3 and whatever.
I didn't say that, did I?
Not looking good. Something along those lines. You said they're going to be
you said
bad.
In the prediction episode, you said that was my boldest take to have Jaguars in the playoffs.
Well, I said they were going to... Wait, what? Oh, that you said the Jags would make the playoffs and I said that was bold.
In that same video, you said something along the lines of they're going to go like 3 and like whatever again. And I was laughing my head off at that one. But either way, give me Buffalo.
I've definitely seen the light on the Jaguars. They, by the way, are underdogs in this game by only 1 point. It's a pick 'em. You know, you can probably get this line either way. Bills currently favorites by 1 point. I was going to say my pick for this game is the over, but I've just looked at the total points. 52.5. That is a lot of points, especially in a playoff game. But I can still see. Oh, that's a fucking lot of points. If this, I was hoping the points would be like 48.5, and I was gonna say, give me over 50. But 53 points is a hell of a lot of points. I can see this being an absolute shootout though. Josh Allen and the script writers doing everything they can to keep him in the game and get him to the Super Bowl. But Trevor Lawrence, the prince that was promised, the Jacksonville Jaguars as a complete unit, in my opinion, the better team than the Bills, if you're looking at it on paper. Football's not played on paper, though. I can see this being an absolute shootout, and I still want to lean with the over. Let me do something for this game. 52.5 is a lot of points. Let me change that points total. Let me move the line slightly. Okay, I'm doing a full-on Clay Matthews right now. I'm going to move the line.
Can you guys see the goalposts? Can you guys see the goalposts?
No, but stay with me now. Stay with me now. I'm going to move the line
Hallelujah.
to... Wow, that's crazy. That's too soon. Let me go. 40 over 47.5 points. Parlay that with Jacksonville Jaguars money line. Give me that as my pick. Give me that as my pick. That's a decent little return right there. I'm taking the Jags. I just think on paper they got the better team. I feel like the script is going to work against them though. I have seen the light on the Jags. Like he said, I definitely underestimated them coming into the season. I was like, who do they even have? Bum-ass team. They picked number 1 in the draft because they were garbage. But unlike the Titans, they have managed to flip their whole thing around, bro. And that number 1 pick hasn't even done anything. You know what I mean? Because he got injured. Obviously not his fault. But still, he's been AFK for near enough the entire season, just when he was starting to cook as well. But they've had guys step up in his place. Have you seen that Parker Washington, bro? He has been balling out for like 5 weeks straight now. Your guy, Q, Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
Is it Travis?
Yes.
Okay. I always get him confused with his brother. It is, because his brother plays for the Panthers, who beat the Packers in the regular season and also made the playoffs. Just got to throw that out there when I can.
Made the what?
I'm storing all of this key for next week. I'm just saying. I'm storing this for next week.
Still made it, guys.
Okay, just enjoy. Enjoy it while you can. I'm just saying, because come next week, you won't even be playing on the playground. You won't even be allowed to say that. So, give me the Jags money line. Should I take the +1 point on the spread? There's not even a point. Is there 1 point? Because even if you lose the game by 1 point, the bet just gets pushed anyway. Just give me the Jags money line. Q, who'd you have?
You know, I thought it was going to go a little different here, but I think I'm also rocking with the Jags on this. We've talked about it all season long. The Bills will come out and they will take one half of the game off and then just magically come back and in the other half and come back and win. But this Jaguars team, I want to say almost more than anybody this year, I've seen them put their foot on the gas and keep it there consistently throughout the entire game. We talk about what was it last week? 41-7 on the Titans. They won that game after scoring their second touchdown and went ahead to go for 3 more and a couple more field goals, that kind of thing. That's exactly what they need going into this game. And look, you can say I'm hating because I don't really like how Josh Allen was MVP last year based on the stats and things like that. But look at the Bills team right now, and especially how they've been playing. Like I said, they've taken almost a half off of every single one of their games, and they really only have Josh Allen. And if you go into a game 53-1, I like my odds with 53. So we can look at this later. You can call me an idiot later, but right now I'm gonna go with the Jaguars.
Yeah, I definitely did not see that on the schedule. You know, I definitely thought the Bills would be more of the favorites. You know, everyone's been saying this is the Bills' year. You've got no Patrick Mahomes, no Joe Burrow, no Lamar Jackson for Josh Allen to get through in this AFC side of the bracket to make it to the Super Bowl. On paper, Josh Allen potentially the best quarterback in the postseason right now, you know, with those 4 guys I've just mentioned not being there, or 3 guys. Yeah, 3. Mahomes, Lamar, Joe. Yeah, they're like the top 3 QBs, didn't make the playoffs. Something to note, I'm just looking at the anytime touchdown scorer market right now. Trevor Lawrence has like better odds, as in this is more likely to happen. Trevor Lawrence rushing touchdown is better odds than Brian Thomas Jr. receiving touchdown, which just sounds kind of crazy to me that they would have that. But Trevor Lawrence got 2 rushing touchdowns last week. Damn.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, it's week 18. I didn't watch half the games because it's week 18, and it's only the Titans. Like, let's be real, I could get at least 1 rushing touchdown against the Titans myself. But yeah, 2 for the Jags, 1 for the Bills. And we'll see how Key's bracket plays out closer towards the end of the video, because he said he's got the Bills going far. Hint towards mine. I've got the Jags going pretty far in mine too. So one of us is going to be wrong. I hope it's not me. Right after the Jags play the Bills, we have Key, your team, the San Francisco 49ers, traveling to Philly to play the Eagles. How are the Niners going to fare in the cold weather on a late kickoff in Philadelphia? How do you feel about this game? The spread, Eagles currently favorites by 4.5 points. Decent amount for a playoff game right there. Total points in this game, 44.5. How'd you like Key, and who'd you like, and how'd you like him?
Who'd you like and how'd you like him? So perfect. I think it's a stinky one. It really is. I know my Niners have a lot of injuries. We lost Trent Williams last week, Ricky Pearsall last week, George Kittle last week. Brock took a big hit at the end. It's not looking too great.
Is Trent Will back
I'm still
for this game?
see. I think so. I'm pretty sure George is back. Trent Will may be back. I don't think Ricky Pearsall's back. So we've just lost another wide receiver. You know, of course, with him being injury prone after being shot.
It's not funny that he got
gonna
shot,
be
by
a
the way. I'm not
hard
laughing
one.
at that. I just mean the whole injury
No,
prone thing is funny.
but it's
Well, it's not
man,
really
it's a hard
funny either, but
one.
You know what I mean?
The whole thing of people saying that he's injury prone and including the fact that he was shot is the funny part. We're not laughing that he was shot because that's my guy. This Eagles defense is good. The Eagles offense hasn't been that good. I just feel like they're gonna put it together against us, man. And I hate the fact that I feel this way. And I'm so scared. I'm so scared, guys. I'm so scared right now. You know that Jay Swingler, that Jay Swingler bit where he's like, I don't know what to do. That's me right now with my pick. I don't know what to do. Of course, I'm gonna take the Niners, but I'm just so scared, guys.
If you
I
wanted, you could
really am.
take the Niners on the spread and still get a W in the picks, even if you lose, because you're 4.5 point
No,
underdogs.
I'm gonna stay money line.
You going
If
money
we
straight
win,
up
we
money
win.
line?
I don't
Okay.
want to win by you know what I mean. I want to win by winning. I don't want to win by winning. You know what I'm saying.
You don't want to. You want to win by winning. You don't want to win by winning. I respect it. You know, it's definitely makes sense. What you've just said there.
sounds like some shit Mike McDaniel would say.
Yeah, 100%. Ravens
To
next
win the
offensive
game, you have to
coordinator.
win the game, not lose the game.
Yeah. So D Winters is possible to miss this game too. Tatum
We just brought in
Bethune, what's up with him? He's out for this
we
game.
brought in a new linebacker too. We just signed a new one. It's not looking good, boys.
I want to say, who was that?
He's an ex-Cardinal, I'm pretty sure. How do you feel about
Yeah.
that?
Who's
On to the
this?
good side.
Who's
Our
this?
new linebacker.
What's his name?
I honestly don't know.
That's a
There's
good
so
question.
many injuries. There's so many injuries and so many players. I'm just like, bring them in. I don't care his name.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, you might as well go down for trials, Key. Like, they need all the help they can get over there at the what did you say, the what was that joke earlier in the season that you said, like, they're giving out needles to the homeless or something?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the whatever he said earlier in the season.
Uh,
If you've been watching the show, you'll pick up on these inside jokes. But
Put CMC. Put CMC at linebacker. I'm sure he'll do a good job.
he already gets
We're
enough.
milking him every other way.
Yeah, I was about to say he gets milked enough on the offense. Yo, heading into this session, my pick for this game was Niners plus 4.5 points. But low key, I don't think you can do it. I think, fair play for getting to the playoffs. Some of us can't say that. So fair play for even getting there. I think Kyle Shanahan has had a coach of the year type performance. And if there's anyone I trust to get a result here and out coach Nick Sirianni, it would be Kyle Shanahan. Robert Saleh's been doing well with the defense, even though he's, every single player, like every single game that you have, you lose another piece. But it's a next man up mentality. And like Fred Warner went out, Bethune came in, he was balling out. Now he's out. Who's going to step up in his place, and can they ball out the same? I want to say Niners plus the points, but I think this is genuinely just an Eagles W. I hate to say it. I think this is an Eagles W, but I don't like 4.5 points on a spread. Give me Niners plus the points. Give me San Fran plus 4.5. Because even if they lose, this is a field goal game.
That sells it. We're going to lose.
Yeah, well, you can still lose, but just by 3 points. Or 4 points. You give me the Niners plus the points. Yeah, give me the Niners plus the points. I like it. I like that better than saying Eagles minus 4.5. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Q?
Yeah, I look at this game and I think the biggest factor into who wins this game is whether or not Trent Williams plays. Because you saw obviously one of the greats to ever do it at the tackle position, and I don't think he played last week, and that was very apparent how Niners can only muster 3 when he wasn't on the field. So if he's on the field, I can see him having another performance like how they did against Chicago. But if he's off the field, I see another performance like how they were against Seattle. And I try not to do that based on this one tiny scenario in the broad scheme of things. This is how the game's going to go. But I really, truly feel that way. And especially with how this Eagles pass rush has definitely stepped up going into the playoffs, I think that's going to be the biggest factor. If they can go against an unhealthy line, no Trent Williams, I think they have no problems getting to Brock Purdy. I think they shut pretty much everything down. And because of that, I unfortunately, Key, I'm going to have to rock with the Eagles on this one.
That defense definitely is lights out with the Eagles. That's been the bright spark for them this season. Obviously, last season it was too. It won them a Super Bowl. Obviously, Saquon went crazy last season too, but in the Super Bowl, that defense won them the game, against Patrick Mahomes. I like the under for this game too, 44.5. I feel like this is going to be a very low scoring, just defensive battle. Can the Niners keep Saquon in check? Can they do it? Now, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm just like, this is just an Eagles W. This is just, it just makes sense that the Eagles just win this, and Key isn't allowed to say the words play or off next week. I only get the liberty because I'm, the host. So I'm allowed to say it, even though neither of my teams made the playoffs. But, yeah. I like the Eagles money line. I like the Niners on the spread, and I like the under. Absolutely ridiculous picks right there, because, could lose all of them. So, there was something else I wanted to say about that game, and, like, the more I'm talking, the more I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I've got it. Key, this might give you some solace. Obviously, you can still lose the game and cover the spread because it's 4.5 points. But I saw a stat. Don't know how true this is, because the person who said it, I'm not going to say what kind of person they were. But so this could be not a true fact. But that was so bad. I saw this stat that said when West Coast teams travel to play East Coast teams in the playoffs, the West Coast team that travels covers the spread 68% of the time in the past, like, however many years this research was taken, this data was managed. So you've got a 68 per chance. 68 per chance? Wow. You can't just say per chance. What?
You can't just say
you can't just say per chance. What the hell? Okay. Yo, what am I drinking today? This isn't even, no good stuff. 68% chance that you cover the 4.5 point spread, Key, which means you could still lose by 4 points, but there's a chance you could win too. So maybe that'll give you some peace of mind heading into a dangerous environment. Bradley Cooper is going to be in attendance.
Isn't it at home? Is it not at home for us?
No, it's at home for the
Oh,
Eagles.
yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, we lost there.
You did lose, yeah. Yeah. So, with that in mind about East Coast and West Coast teams, we have another Los Angeles-based team. The Chargers made the playoffs despite having no O-lineman, despite the rookie running back having a great season and getting injured, despite whatever else the Chargers have been through this season. That's a team who's been through a lot of adversity. Remember, like early on in the season, Khalil Mack like snapped his elbow. That was a nasty, gruesome one to see. Justin Herbert's broke his hand. He's still playing like Superman. Jim Harbaugh, the guy with more rushing yards in his career than Bo Jackson. What a legendary callback that is to the quiz at the start of the episode. Will the Chargers beat the Patriots, who did not get the number 1 seed, but they did win their division, didn't they? Yes, that's why they are at home and the Bills are away. Correct. The Chargers are 3.5 point underdogs heading to Foxborough to play the Pats. The total points in this game, 46.5. Q, how'd you like this one? How'd you see it shaping up?
You know, this was probably one of my hottest takes going into the year. I liked what I saw from Drake May, but I didn't see anything I liked around him. I did not expect him to become one of the ones that can elevate everybody around him on the offense. Talking about
did any of us say that the
of
Patriots
Stephon
would make
Diggs.
the playoffs? Did any of us here on the panel say that in our preseason predictions?
I'm not going to count it because you had 8 teams going to the AFC playoffs. So,
I'm just
but
saying.
yeah, well, when you got a whole extra slot, you can do a whole lot with it. That's what she said. Anyway, I think Drake May has definitely turned into. Can you shut up for a sec, please? Thank you. I think Drake May has turned into one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Obviously, in the MVP conversation for the right reasons. He is balled out almost every single week. We've seen like one collapse against the Bills, but that was like, script writers, congratulations, you did it again, blah blah blah. But Drake May has definitely taken this team to heights that we haven't seen since some fucking guy wearing number 12, I don't really remember his name, in the Patriots uniform, whatever. But yeah, if they're back to that level with Drake May, I am scared, and for that reason, I'm going with the Patriots.
This, I think, for me was the hardest game to pick. This is the one that like I have flip-flopped on most. 3.5 points on the spread. Anytime you get that hook that goes over the line, that 0.5 to make it more than a field goal game, I'm like, oh, that's where it gets a bit shaky. Chargers plus 3.5. Khalil Mack, Justin Herbert, Ladidi McConkey, Quentin Johnson, whoever they've got at tight end. Oh, he's got no fingers though. What's the over under? 46. I like the over in this game. Give me the over 46.5. I'll prefer it if it was a few points lower, but give me over 46.5 points. Because I don't know which way to go with the outcome. I've had Chargers plus 3.5 points like locked in for a while. And the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, no, this is MVP Drake May we're talking about. The Patriots have got pieces back on defense too. What's that big boy in the D-line? Williams? Milton Williams, that's his name. I forgot his first name, my bad. He's back from injury. The linebackers I know have been banged up. They've been dealing with injury. I saw Mac Hollins is on IR, so he's going to miss the entire playoff run, isn't he? Which is a shame because he's made some big grabs this season for the Patriots. But when you look at this Patriots team, who do they even have at wide receiver, bro? Which is the case that people have been making.
Diggs.
I know they've got Stephon Diggs, but he's not, he's not the OG Stephon Diggs that was doing all of that. You know what I mean? But people have been making that case that Drake May deserves the MVP over Stafford because obviously Matthew Stafford has Puka, he has Devontae, and then, like the Patriots have a guy called Booty. Now, don't get me wrong, we all love Booty here, but like, who the hell is he? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to find out what this Booty's all about.
Hey.
You know, I love the running back pairing over at the Patriots too. Mike Vrabel. I was hot on the Patriots. I said in our preseason predictions, I would think they would make the playoffs. Will Campbell, when I saw him crying on stage on draft day, I was like, there's something about this. And Drake May, I like him. Vrabes, big Vrabes. I think he needs to bring back the mustache. He just looked, I don't know what it was. When he had that mustache, I was like, that's a man who just isn't going to lose a football game. And I don't think they did the entire month of November, just made that stat up completely. But anyway, give me the over 46.5. With that being said, Key, who's your pick for this game?
The way you said that this one was your hardest pick, I feel like this is my easiest. I can't lie. I feel like this was the one that I didn't really like. Like it was a little back and forth for a few, you know what I mean? But I feel like I was always dead set on the Patriots winning. Honestly, I don't think the Chargers have that like fear. Like I don't look at the Chargers team and think, wow, these guys are good, or wow, I'm scared of this player or that player. Obviously, it's kind of the same with the Patriots, apart from Drake May. But it's like, I think the Patriots just have more. Of course, like less injuries, less like O-line injuries. It's one of them. But yeah, I think the Patriots win this one easy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I definitely do think though that, you know, it's one of those games where I think either it's close and the Chargers win, or because the spread being 3.5, like I think it's either the Chargers keep it close and win the game somehow and upset this red hot Patriots team, or the Patriots beat them by like at least 7. You know, this could be like 27-20, something like that. There is a part of me that fears the Chargers though. Like when I look at the Chargers defense, Derwin James, he's going to be probably team of the year safety. Oh, probably won't be actually. Because that boy for the Texans been balling. Is it Bullock? His name is. He's probably going to be. Oh yeah, I mean you get 2 safeties in the team of the year, so maybe Derwin James can make it there. But you got Khalil Mack too. He's obviously still a beast. You know, obviously familiar with Khalil Mack wearing this. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he was the first.
Didn't they lose that game?
Who? I was saying, honestly, did the Bears play the Chargers this year? I don't even remember that. I'm just talking about when Khalil Mack used to be a Bear. And when I got him on Madden, and he was 90 overall.
Yeah, I'm talking about when he went to the Bears and wreaked havoc for 3 quarters, and then the Packers came back and win. But that's neither here nor there.
It is neither here nor there. And yeah, shout out to Khalil Mack. He was the reason I discovered the 3-4 defensive formation on Madden, because Khalil Mack was an outside linebacker and I wanted him to blitz every play. So I got into playbooks, learned about 3-4 defense. Anyway, side tangent there. We always love to talk about Madden over here. Speaking of Madden, Season 5 just started on Madden Ultimate Team, and one of the players you can pick is Drake May. You can get him to a 95 overall. Is that a sign that the Patriots are going to win this game? Can the Patriots make it to the Super Bowl? I want to know, when's the earliest time the Patriots can play the Bills? I don't know what the exact bracket looks like. In fact, let me pull up the bracket, because that could be cinema, and it could also be script writing.
Conference championship.
It would just be if they both win.
They would play each other next round.
Or no, I think it would.
No.
I think he's right. I think it would be conference championship.
It's Broncos. It's Broncos versus whoever wins out of the Bills and the Jags.
Yeah.
And then it's whoever wins out of the Steelers Texans versus whoever wins Patriots Chargers.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, yeah, my entire bracket on the pick'em is reset, so be careful with that. Have you got to like click confirm or something? Because my bracket's entirely reset.
Yeah.
But
Submit. There's a submit.
I think so.
Okay, well, I you see, I don't read the fine print, terms and conditions. That's too much work. Speaking of work, give me over 46.5 and give me Patriots minus 3.5. Don't love it. Don't love it at all. Let's move on to the final game though of the Wildcard Weekend. This is another one where this could go either way. I'm seeing stats that's making me sway my pick. It's the Texans at the Steelers. Now, in my head, I'm like, give me the Texans. 3-point underdogs. Total points in this game, 39.5. It's always ugly. when you see that total points start with a 3. The point spread being 3 as well. But I saw a stat about dome teams traveling to cold weather outdoor environments. This is going to be a late kickoff on Monday night, this game too. So it's going to be cold in Pittsburgh. We know that. Aaron Rodgers has made the playoffs yet again. DK Metcalf, Decarius, what was his name? I don't. In fact, I shouldn't even say it in case he punches me in the face.
Galen.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't even put that part in. Decarius, that sounds racist. Time out. Time in. 3 points is the spread. Lost me train of thought. Let's just give me the under on this game, because this is going to be a defensive matchup. I'm not sold on CJ Stroud. I said it last week or the week before. I think if the Texans don't make it far in the playoffs with this defense, it's going to be because of CJ Stroud. I do like the Texans offense though. The wide receiver group, Nico Collins, Noel, is it Jalen Noel? I don't even know his first name, my bad, but he's been balling. Higgins been balling. And the only parts with this Texans team I don't like is the run game. Woody Marks, he's decent, but he's not, Woody Marks isn't a running back that strikes fear into me. Key wants to talk about fear with the Chargers team. When I look at this Texans run game, I don't fear it, and you've got to establish a run game, especially against a team like the Steelers. Even though they'll probably shut it down with those big bodies on the D-line, you know what I mean? But still, you've got to establish that. You've got to have that fear of they could pop one on us. Look at Derrick Henry, what he did to them, do you know what I mean? Or maybe don't look at Derrick Henry because he's not in the playoffs. Anyway, give me the under, and I like Texans here because that defense, people want to talk about the Broncos defense, but I think the Texans have the best defense in the NFL. And Aaron Rodgers, if there's anyone who can pick a defense apart, it's him. But does he have the weapons to pick them apart? I know he did last week against the Ravens, but let's be honest. That's like a kid picking apart his food on his plate type shit, bro. That's how easy it is to pick apart that Ravens defense. I mean, bro, did you see that one touchdown when Chidobe Awuzie, we call him first down. First down gave up a touchdown just on a quick little stop and go, and he completely slipped and blew the coverage. Like, we call him first down because if you throw the ball at him, it's a first down for the offense, you know what I mean? So he got done, and this time it wasn't even a first down, it was a touchdown. Maybe we should change his nickname. But great timing on that, because I was about to put in our group chat, hey, first down's been playing well this game. He's been making some big tackles. As I was typing his name, slips, gives up a touchdown. Now, obviously, I'm very familiar with that guy. He, for some reason, there seems to be a crazy link between the Cowboys and the Ravens. I don't know what it is, but yeah, obviously very familiar with Chidobe Awuzie. Yeah, first down. So give me the under and give me Texans money line. Okay, I know you're a big fan of A-Rod, and Q, I know you are too, so I'm going to guess where you're both leaning, but put my foolish ambitions to rest. Key, who have you got in this game and why?
I feel as though this one's like it's two teams that they tend to win their division and then end up just losing first round. I feel like that's just a thing that they do. Like that's like a known, yeah. It's a hard one. I love the Steelers, a few Steelers players. I like a few Texans.
Let me guess, Pat Fryermuth.
Mainly my guy. Yeah. But I don't know. The Texans defense is just incredible.
Who's your guy on the Texans? I cut you off then.
Al-Shaiya, my guy.
Why is he your guy?
He used to play for the Niners.
Did he, yeah?
Yeah, that's my guy right there. Wish we still had him. But
you fucking need him.
I don't know. That's exactly
Damn.
the Texas defense, man. The Texans defense is just too good. But you're never gonna catch me rooting against my guy, Aaron Rodgers, in the playoffs. It could be Aaron Rodgers versus the Niners. I'm still taking Aaron Rodgers. I'm not, but okay. I would somewhere deep down. But shout out my guy, Rodgers Realm. Give me the Steelers.
Do you want the Steelers plus the points or Steelers money line?
Money line me up.
I respect the confidence. If I'm
Play
you,
money line Matthews.
You can be Key money line Crab. Or we have to think of your own name for you over there. But I love it, man. I love it. Q, who have you got? Spread, money line, which team? Texans, Steelers, Al Shire versus Patrick Queen.
Patrick Queen, man. What a great name.
Well, let me tell you, Key, you talked a little bit about how you think the Steelers and Texans are good to win the division and get bounced immediately. I definitely see that more with the Steelers, but the Texans, under CJ Stroud, every single year, playoff game, first round win, second round loss, like rinse and repeat. CJ Stroud, I think CJ Stroud. I saw a stat of like every quarterback in the playoffs and how many playoff wins they have. I think CJ Stroud is like top 4 out of all the guys in the playoffs right now. Aaron Rodgers is at 11. Jalen Hurts, I think, had like 6 or something. And then CJ Stroud at 2, Trevor and Jordan Love at 1, and everybody else at 0. So CJ has definitely done his part for the most part when it comes to at least the first round of the playoffs. But there's something in the back of my mind that's like, you know how 2 negatives make a positive? How you have like, oh, if these 2 bad things happen, surely this is the result, and it's just completely the opposite. I'm looking at it in a similar way where it's like, okay, Texans are always going to go into the first round and win a game and move on. Steelers are always going to go into the first round and just lose immediately. That's what they do. But for some reason, that is tricking me into like reverse engineering it and being like, this is the year the Steelers finally get over that first round hump. And if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be the greatest of all time, Aaron Rodgers, man. He has played absolutely electric this year. I know there have been a lot of bad losses, but you can point that out with every single team. And especially with how the NFL handled the whole situation with DK Metcalf, I think that was just unrightfully ripping away one of their best players down the stretch. Thank God. You talk about his Scott, you talked about how his offense was like, oh, it's easy to rip apart the Ravens defense like a kid ripping apart the dinner on his plate. That, like, respectfully, I think that was a little bit harsh because you talk about the weapons that he has. You saw the stat, it was like all of the guys with receptions on the team. Calvin Austin led with 28, and the next guy was MVS, who they just got in the second half of the season with like 8 catches. And I think Fryermuth might have been up there too, but just something ridiculous like
They
that.
also got the demon. Don't forget they got the demon Adam Thielen, you know? Can't forget about him.
Yeah. I just think of I don't even know what Avengers movie it's from, but thinking about how he just led the Steelers back-to-back drives to go up against the Ravens, no timeouts. I'm thinking like, Tony Stark was able to do this in a cave with a box of scraps. Aaron Rodgers is able to lead his team down the field with no timeouts, with like 8th graders catching these passes. He's great, man. I think this Texans defense is exceptional, but Aaron Rodgers is one of the best to ever do it. And if the Steelers are finally going to win in the first round, this is the year. So give me the Steelers.
You see, you said he had 8th graders catching the passes. They were being guarded by like what could look like kindergartners, you know? Like that Ravens defense, I don't even know why, because on paper, it's a decent team. You know, there's no pass rush, which is obviously what you need to get at Aaron Rodgers. The Texans can definitely do that. But the Ravens defense, bro, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just caught up on it with having to watch them all season and them being ranked like 30th out of how many teams?
32.
32, thanks. Yeah, the more I think about it now, the more I'm just like, Will Anderson Jr., 2.5 sacks. You know, the Steelers D-line, obviously TJ Watt, better than his brother. Just saying. Can you make things happen? Cameron Hayward too. Cameron Hayward, by the way, one of the biggest heads I've ever seen. Like, I don't know how they get his helmet on. They must have a custom made helmet just for him. But that's a big man right there. And I love the like little OG thing that they have going. Like you see at the end of games, you've got Tomlin, Cam Hayward, and A-Rod walking together looking like fucking Ray Liotta and them in Goodfellas. Like, I love it. I love the vibe that the Steelers have going on. But at the end of the day, Will Anderson Jr. is quick. Daniil Hunter is quick. Al Shire, Derek Stingley, Bullock at safety. This defense right here for the Texans, they say defense wins championships, and the Texans have a unit to win a championship. As long as CJ don't turn it over, I think the Texans are going to be good and could go on a long run. But you both picked Steelers money line there, right?
Yep.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I can see it happening. I would not be surprised. Honestly, it's the playoffs. I would not be surprised if any of these games go either way, apart from the Panthers. If the Panthers beat the Rams, I'll be like, whoa, crazy. But all the others, like if the Chargers beat the Patriots, I've said it here, I can see it happening. I can see that a world where that's possible. If the Steelers beat the Texans, I would be surprised kind of with that defense, but I can see it happening. Well, boys, that's the end of Wildcard Weekend. What a thrilling episode of the show. What a wonderful time to be alive and be a sports fan. Any closing remarks? No, nothing to say, Key?
I'm just looking forward to seeing some. I'm just looking forward to some good ball, man. A lot of these guys, you talk about Aaron Rodgers, might be say it almost every week at this point. Might be his last game. Potentially every game he plays in the playoffs is going to be his last game. So you got to think that's going to weigh on his mind.
Going up against Daniel Hunter could be his
watching
last game ever. Like, I don't just mean in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean in life. He could die.
But whatever happens, I'm excited to see it.
For sure, man. Key, are you enjoying being able to say?
Scared.
Yeah, I was going to say, just enjoy being able to say the words playing off this week, because come next week, yeah, I'm snatching your chain. I'm snatching your chain, taking that license away from you. You are not allowed to say. Even though, did I pick use plus the points? I can't even remember my picks. I'm going to have to go through when I edit this. Oh, God, I've got to edit this.
If we all get eliminated, are we just not going to just do another video? Is it just over?
Well, I'm still here, after, not making it.
With his third team, the Bears.
That's a temporary loan, I'm telling you,
His third team, the Bears, his fourth team, the Texans.
I mean, I'm just saying my whole life consistence, I like to back the guys I've been backing from the start. And I've been saying all season that the Bears, I've said pre-season, the Patriots would make the playoffs this year. And they nearly got the number 1 seed, Not a lot of people called that. This guy did. This guy also said, 8 teams were going to the playoffs from the AFC, but should we just do it now? Should we talk about our preseason predictions? Get it out the way now.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do it. So, we made a preseason predictions video. We're going to go through our preseason predictions now that week 18 is over and we are into the postseason. We may as well look back, reminisce at the start of the year and see our hot takes, see who was cooking and who burnt the entire pot. I don't remember mine, so Q is going to kindly refresh our memories of my hot takes for the season. The only one I really remember was saying that the Falcons would make the playoffs, and they obviously didn't. But Q can tell me the rest, and I can answer for my sins. I am on, like, the fucking, what's it called? I'm on trial. I'm on the stand. And my 2 prosecutors over here are about to cook me. Or maybe not. Maybe I got all my predictions correct.
How do you want me to do it? Because I got division winners that everybody picked, and then I got who we all said was going to the playoffs versus what actually happened. Should I just go division by division first?
Division I kind of remember, man. But, I mean, yeah, I think I got a lot of them wrong. I think I said the Bills, the Ravens, the Lions, the Bucks. There's 4 off rip.
Yeah, here, I'll make it easy. Everybody got the Eagles. Key got the Broncos, and nobody got anything else.
Did I not say Broncos?
No, you said the Chiefs.
I could have sworn I said Broncos.
As did
Wow. I was so close on the Niners as well. Fuck.
NFC North, both of you guys went Lions. I went Packers. It was actually the Bears. NFC South, we all said Bucks. Actually, the Packers. Or what the fuck? The Panthers. Sorry. NFC East, we all got Eagles. That was the only one we all got. NFC West, Key got the 49ers, as did I. And then Mr. Winners over here went with the Rams, but the Seahawks ended up winning. AFC North, we all said Ravens. Steelers actually ended up winning. AFC South, we all said Texans, but the Jags ended up winning. AFC East, we all said the Bills, and the Patriots won. And AFC West, everybody said Chiefs except for Key, who picked the Broncos.
I could have sworn I said
So,
Broncos because I had a futures bet with the Broncos on. Maybe I was just betting and not speaking on the show. That lost because of the Bills.
That might have been. Yeah, that might have been what happened here. And then for everybody's playoff teams, Key, I think you were gone that day, so I only have division winners from you. But Mr. Winners
Part-timer.
over here, he said for the NFC NFC playoffs, he said Lions, Bucks, Eagles, Rams, Falcons, Cowboys, and 49ers. So he only got 4 out of the 7. Key with your division winners, you only got 1, the Eagles, but you did have the 49ers making the playoffs. I said Packers, Lions, Bucks, Falcons, Eagles, Commanders, and Niners, and I believe I only got 3 of them. I got Packers, Eagles, and Niners. So that was a very, very rough NFC picture. Do you guys think the AFC gets any better or no?
Well, from what I know, I picked 8 teams to make it and only 7 get in, so I'm guessing not.
Yeah.
You have more of a chance than us.
I actually
I
can't
don't
think
know
who
how
I
you
picked
did
in the
it. You
AFC,
went-
so
Yeah, you went with the Ravens, the Texans, the Bills, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, Patriots, and Bengals. So you had almost the entire AFC West going to the playoffs. So that might have done it for you.
that was close.
Obviously you will. Yeah, you see, like what I'm talking about. You get an extra slot. You can put some more teams
Yeah,
that end
but
up going
the
in
extra
there,
slot was the
but-
Bengals. And Joey B got injured, so, you know, like these are preseason predictions. You can't bank on, you know, Lamar Jackson getting injured. Well, you probably can bank on Joey B getting injured at this point in his career. Like, that's just a given. But he's injury prone,
Yeah.
but he's not been shot.
Yeah, Key. Oh my lord, Key. The only ones you got were the Texans, or no, you actually did the best. You got the Texans, Bills, and the Broncos in the playoffs, and then I said Bills, Chiefs.
I was at the best.
Broncos,
I got like 8
Texans.
right. Sorry, I cut you off.
He went 3 out of 4, and you went 3 out of 8, I think. So
No,
I'm not the best at
did I not say
fractions,
Broncos
but
would
I
make the
think I know it's
playoffs?
better. Let me double check.
Double check mine
Yeah,
again.
Texans, Bills. You went 5 for 8.
Doesn't
So
count.
3 out of 4 is actually better than 5 and 8. So
Yeah, but he only picked 4.
I didn't do so hot. Yeah. I went I had the Bills, Chiefs, Broncos, Texans, Jags, Ravens, and Bengals. I only got Bills, Broncos, Texans, and Jags. So I went 4 for 7.
The Jags is a good pick, though.
Yeah, that was probably my best pick. But if you thought that the division winners and playoffs teams were bad, you're gonna laugh your ass off when you hear about some of the other things we picked. Should I keep going?
So
or
is
do
this
you think
is
you
this the
wanna
hot
end it
takes
there?
then now, or is what have we got left to
We
review?
got offensive. We got rookie of the year, MVP, and Super Bowl picks.
Give us the Super Bowl picks because we'll discuss the player picks in the NFL honors video.
Okay. Well, I don't think Key ever gave who his losing team would be, but he just said that the Eagles were going to be winning the Super Bowl. I said the Ravens were going to beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl, so that didn't look great. But you, sir, had the Ravens over the Lions in the Super Bowl.
Damn, bro, went 0 for 2.
And you know where both those
I
you know where both those teams are right now.
Where
in
they are
the in the
cute.
last episode of last season's picks videos that we did, I actually said, sorry, I'm just pulling it up. I had the Niners Chiefs Super Bowl. That's what I was predicting for this year. I originally said Niners Eagles.
He
like an
did say
idiot.
that, yeah, he did
Just wanna
say
put that out there.
did say Niners.
Which I wasn't
Eagles.
wrong. Niners Eagles in the playoffs.
You
But
just
I
do
said
the
Niners
wrong.
Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I also said Max Crosby would be a Niner. That didn't happen
Damn.
yet. I also said worst of them all, Cowboys make the playoffs.
That wasn't that bad
That
of a
hasn't
shout
happened yet.
though.
You know what? I actually did get something right though. I said the Vikings will smell this year.
I think we all said that.
I said it out loud.
I said it on the show. I said they'd finish last in the group.
I'm
In
just
fact,
cool, okay?
did they finish above the Lions?
They sure did. That was one of my predictions. Lions last in the division.
Now, what other hot takes
And
did
then
we
somehow
have?
I went back and said that they'd make the playoffs.
Okay, you talk about me casting a
Yeah,
wide net with picking 8 teams in the playoffs. You said they finished last and make the okay, whatever. I see the games he play. Officer
yeah.
Hoyt,
Well,
this your training day.
that's because there was 4 months of off season going on.
I could have sworn I said the Broncos win the division and the Bears make the playoffs, but I guess I'm wrong. Any other hot takes to give us Q from our preseason that were dead wrong, or
Not that we're dead wrong. I think the only other ones were the ones that we somehow hit on, like Jags making the playoffs, Lions getting last, and Chiefs aren't winning a Super Bowl this year. So looking forward to the playoffs.
I also distinctly remember you saying, I don't get what people see in the Patriots. I don't like the Patriots. They won't make the playoffs. I'm just saying, since we're calling
I
out,
sure did.
wrong picks, I'm just saying.
Hmm. Yeah, but who took accountability for it?
Well, you didn't mention it. I just got to bring it up. Well,
Do we want to finish our brackets, or do you want to save that for a different time?
We could always do that next week.
we could always run
'cause
through
then
it,
we've got.
but then we've got wrong picks by next week. Do you want to just give
Yeah,
a little
that's what I mean,
bracket
then we can-
update?
Yeah.
No, we can
we can have-
redo the bracket next week. I'm saying, but like right now, do you want to just run through our brackets?
Yeah, this could
Okay.
be another thing we can look back on as our start of the playoff postseason brackets.
Yeah, because I mean, I picked against the spread, so some of my picks aren't even reliable here.
Do you want me to wheel mine off?
Go for it. Give us from your divisional round picks, because
for it.
we've obviously just done wild card. So just go from the divisional round and be like, I've got
So-
this team against this team to win.
So Bills Broncos. I have the Bills winning. Patriots Steelers. I have the Patriots winning. Packers Seahawks. I have the Packers winning. Rams Niners. I have the Rams winning. Hurts. No Jalen. Conference championships. I have the Bills beating the Pats, and I have the Rams to beat the Packers. And then in the Super Bowl, I have the Bills to beat the Rams, win it all. Josh Allen, Super Bowl MVP.
Against the regular season MVP Matthew Stafford, that could be cinema. Q, do you want to reel off yours? I've just noticed, no matter what my wildcard picks are, my divisional picks, my conference champ and Super Bowl picks stay the same, no matter what I do for divisional round. So with me, it's all good. But Q, give us your little bracket.
Yeah, so for my divisional round, I got Broncos over the Steelers, Patriots over the Jags, Seahawks, unfortunately, over the Packers, and Rams over the Eagles. And then that would lead me to conference championship, where I got Patriots over the Broncos and Rams over the Seahawks. And then I said, I don't know why I put it like that. I got the Rams over the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Just a little Super Bowl rematch there.
Ooh, cinema. Absolute cinema. I love it. You see, I love how different our brackets are with the seeding. Because like our rounds are completely different here. So for my divisional round, I've got Broncos to beat the Texans, Jags to beat the Patriots. I told you I've smelled the flowers with the Jags team. Seahawks to beat the Rams, even though low key I feel like last time they played, obviously they won on that crazy 2-point conversion. I think in my head I said, next time they play, the Rams will win. This is the next time they're playing, so I realistically should be going Rams here, but I've picked Seahawks to beat them. Bears against the Eagles. I think the Eagles just do it, even though I love the Bears. I've got Eagles over the Bears. Conference champ, Broncos against the Jags. I've gone with the Jags. Seahawks, Eagles, I've gone with the Seahawks. So a Super Bowl matchup between the Jaguars and the Seahawks. And I've picked the Seahawks. I picked the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. This guy, I know he's going to hate it. But I think that could be a good Super Bowl matchup.
You know, the main, like 24% of all brackets have the Seahawks winning.
It makes sense, though.
Such a hype beast.
I don't think that's a hype beast. I think you look at the team on paper, the defense, solid, front to back. Sam Darnold, solid QB. Sometimes he could throw a pick. One of these games, he could throw 4 interceptions and my whole bracket be done. But you've got JSN, Offensive Player of the Year. over there. Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker, they've got a solid team front to back, the Jags, the Seahawks. And I would say the same about the Jags, which is why I've got them to beat the Broncos in the conference champ, because I just don't think the Broncos, I don't trust Bo Nix. I don't trust him to make the plays when he needs to make a play. Sean Payton calls these games very tight to try and, maintain possession of the ball, keep it safe, keep it on the short check downs. Like, even last week, bro, they played the backups of the Chargers. It was like 17-3 or something. Like, you're playing a backup team here. Just go and smoke them and carry some. I know you've got a bye week, but smoke them. Have a good performance, week off, into the playoffs with some momentum. Not let's limp into our bye week with a dodgy win to secure the 1 seed. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm going to be wrong, but it is what it is. Should I just change this to Jags to win the Super Bowl? Trevor Lawrence MVP? Trevor Lawrence rushing touchdown in the Super Bowl? Duval. Liam Cohen on the field, and he actually says it properly this time. I feel like all of our matchups here could be cinema. But that's the beauty of sports.
I think that is the proper way to say it now.
Yeah, everyone's changing it. It's no longer Duval, it's Duval. I love it, man.
It's the Joe Theismann was originally Joe Theismann, but he changed it to rhyme with Heisman. So that's how we remember it now. So I think that's how we're going to remember Duval now.
Oh, you are so right. There is a submit bracket button at the bottom, which I didn't see. Sensational stuff. So, final proper outro this time. Anything to add? Should we do a pick six parlay? I feel like we shouldn't because there's only 6 games.
You want to do 1 touchdown from every game?
That sounds beautiful. Honestly, let's do it.
You just giving them a gambling stuff, Q.
It's a gambling show. Gamble responsibly and sponsor us, somebody. Does anybody have any shouts that they want to throw out there for either of the games to just claim them, because we're going to go 1 from each game. Let's start off in order. Rams, Panthers. Who wants to claim that?
Should we say Rico Dowdell?
Don't hate it.
I like that one.
I prefer Kyron Williams, but I'll go with Rico Dowdell. Panthers. Wait, that's the. I don't know why, Q. I've just done the same thing. Packers. Bears.
I think that game I could definitely see Christian Watson, Mr. C9, getting into the end zone there.
C9. Love it. I guess it's on me. Bills, Jags. Do I go Trevor Lawrence rushing touchdown? Do I do it? Do I double down?
Keon Coleman receiving.
Only thing he's receiving is some cookies. Let me go Jacoby Myers. That's my dog right there. He hasn't scored in a while. Give me Jacoby Myers.
God.
What?
Remember I picked that guy for Halloween and you were like, oh, it's not gonna happen.
Was he not on the Raiders then when you picked him?
Yeah.
You picked him when he was on the Raiders and was in talks of being traded. So that's why I was like, that ain't going to happen. He might not even play. Anyway, back to you, Key, for Niners Eagles. Wow, this is actually perfect how we've done this. Niners Eagles, give us a player. Just say CMC, bro.
Give me. I know. You know what? I was gonna be like an obvious one. I want to go like. I don't want to be as obvious, but I don't know. I don't want to be. My first instinct was George Kittle, but I really want to be like a. I want to be like Q when he says Matthew Golden, and I want to say like Jake Tonjes, baby. That's what I was gonna say. Jake Tonjes.
Do you want to know everyone who's more likely to score than Jake Tonjes in this game? Just to give you a quick rundown. We've got Kyle Juszczyk.
How much time
we've got Kendrick Bourne.
Give me Kyle Juszczyk.
We've got Grant Calcaterra, who I thought he was a coach and stuff. We've got Brian Robinson, Brock Purdy, Tank Bigsby, Jahan Dotson. What the hell Jahan Dotson doing above Jake Tonjes? DeMarcus Robinson, Ricky Pearsall, Jawan Jennings. I'm still going. Dallas Goedert. I don't know why I said that. George Kittle, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, CMC, Saquon Barkley. And this guy picked Jake Tonjes.
Give me Kyle Juszczyk.
You can have
one
Kyle
of the
Juszczyk, but he's
season.
not going on the
One
parlay.
of the season.
One of the season, he's already had
For the
one.
parlay. But
He
wasn't on
had
the
one 2
parlay.
weeks
He wasn't
ago.
on the pick six, was he?
Oh no, but you said I thought you meant like his one touchdown of the season.
No, we'll go George Kittle, but my secret parlay is gonna have Kyle Juszczyk.
Okay,
One
Q, give us
touchdown.
a pick in the Chargers Patriots, please.
Is Q not picking Packers? Have we picked we picked Packers in the map.
Oh, come on, bro, catch up.
Yeah.
It's the Christmas episode.
It's Christmas. Oh,
Give him a break, man. He's sipping too much nog over there. This one, the Patriots are winning, but I could also definitely see Quentin Johnston finding his way into the end zone. So that's who I'm going with. 2 receivers.
QJ.
this is already looking very high odds. And Texans Steelers.
Say it, Scott.
I'm not doing Pat Fryer move. You can. I was gonna go
Do the
Jalen.
other one.
I was gonna go
Do the
Jalen
other
Noel,
one.
but what?
Aaron
Decarius.
Rodgers Russian touchdown.
No, Darnell Washington.
He broke his arm. He's out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he broke his arm. Oh, should we go? You know what, boys?
Once
to
that
finish,
stopped anybody.
to finish the parlay, we are wait. To finish the parlay, we are Christian Kirk.
Who's ready for the playoffs, baby?
That makes it 1,500 to 1. £5 returns £7,000.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, bro, I wonder, bro. I'm taking Charlie Kirk off.
I'm taking Charlie Kirk off. I don't know about that one.
Oh,
Taking him
Christian
out
Kirk.
of that parlay.
Yeah, I'm taking Christian Kirk off. Give me Jalen Noel, who is like way down on the list. I don't know why he's so far down, but give me
Kenneth Gainwell.
no. Wait, there. Who the hell's Jawad Jordan? Who even is that? He's way more likely to score than Noel. Who's my guy? Sorry.
Kenneth Gainwell.
Nah, I don't love it. Don't love it. Don't hate it.
That's Roger's favorite guy.
I'm thinking goal line. I'm thinking
We can't
DK
put that
Metcalf.
bet in, can we?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I'll see how faded I am when I come to edit. Oh, I'm low-key feeling, boys, a little Connor Hayward touch push. I'm not going to lie. I can see it. Connor Hayward touch push. That makes it 1,000 to 1. Rico Dowdell, Christian Watson, Jacoby Myers, George Kittle, Quinton Johnson, and Connor Hayward. Let's throw some money away, boys. Let's do it.
My secret parlay is going to be Kyle Juszczyk, Pat Frymouth, anytime. 1,000,000 to 1.
1,000,000 to 1. That'll be like 20 to 1, if that. It'll be way less. And then you'll just be throwing money away either way. But anyway, yeah. Playoffs are here.
Yeah.
Love it. If you love us, make sure to like and subscribe. And any final remarks, boys?
It's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. This Christmas episode's gone swimmingly.
It really has.
It's been a pleasure.
Happy New Year, 2026. Christmas episode is just 12 months away. And yeah, well, boys, it's been an absolute honour to share another season with you. We still have more time to go in the season, but how many episodes more are we going to do? That's the question. Who knows? Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on to find out. My granny called. That's my guy. Let's sign off, boys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. I'll catch you next time. Take it easy, people, man. Bro, that...
Should we all do a topless episode for the Super Bowl?
No. No. You've been back in the gym for one session and you're like, should we go topless? I mean, you could just ask me to stand up.
Tea time in a Chicago top.
Tea time in Chicago. It's, you know, I'm sure that's a Kanye West song.
Tea time in Chicago. What a great song.
Checks out.
It's a spiritual successor to Christmas in Harlem.
Yeah, it's you know what?
We are tea time.
Bro, we are Christian cake.
That's atrocious.
I haven't
man.
laughed that much in so long, bro. I really want to keep that in.
I about pissed myself when you said it was put in 5, get back 7,000.
Bro, that is crazy. Like, some of these touchdown
We got
markets
a
are
budget
actually
for
insane.
next year.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna be filming together if that comes in.
Oh man, obviously that's intentional. Whoa, what the hell? He just ended up in Night City.
It's the Christmas episode, boys.
Is that Night City from Cyberpunk?
Christmas, right?
I always knew you was into CP. Well,
Fuck's sake.
I was gonna ask, are we gonna have to do a live episode next year? I'll have to just fly over for an episode.
oh, I thought you meant live stream. I was gonna say no because the police will be at our doors if we were live streaming. It's these need to be edited by a professional. But no, that would be sick though. It would be sick to live stream too, like the way Nightcap do, just as soon as, obviously not as soon as the game ends because time difference, but like jumping on after the games, just speaking about them, that would be fucking dope. If that's something more down the line though, if we were actually getting paid for this, like, okay, where is he now? Where the hell even is that?
Dreamland?
Mushroom Land? That looks like AI
He's
generated.
on that ayahuasca.
That looks like,
Video, look, can you see it moving?
I know I can see it moving, but is that like AI generated? Because that ain't no mushroom. Is that Grok?
Grok put clothes on this guy.
Grok.
Please.
Who's gonna win
cute.
the Super Bowl? A star.
Because he's a star. Tell him, twin.
Appreciate that.
Grok, can we kill this guy?
I'm gonna leave this on, and the next episode I'm gonna join in, and it's just gonna be on this still, and I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Are you gonna be in a bikini?
It's gonna be epic.
In a bikini.
Yeah, Mr. Take our shirts off for an episode.
Yeah. I might be bikinied up, lads.
Just ask
What's
Grok.
this one?
That Cancun crab in the bikini.
Oh, there we go. Cancun Crab. There he is. That's him. That's him next week when the
Cancun
Niners
Crab.
get beat. He's going straight to Cancun with them Cowboys.
Bikini on.
Crab
Little
Cancun.
chainmail.
Yeah, Grok. Can we
nipples
send this guy to
peeking through.
Cancun? Zach
You had
Taylor
5
said.
minutes to game plan 2 plays and couldn't do shit.
Zach Taylor said was fighting for our lives out here. Fighting for what? You were knocked out the playoffs 5 weeks ago. No, oh my god, Key, don't jump. What the hell? I've just noticed. Don't jump.
Me next week if the Niners lose. A lot of money made, a lot of time spent with loved ones.
A lot of money made. I mean, you are reporting to us from a penthouse suite there, so that makes sense. I see you.
This is my actual background.
That's
like-
what I'm saying, out the window.
There's my bed.
The high rise in
Can't see
Roku
that.
City.
There's my bed right there.
What even is that? Is that? What even
I
is?
don't know.
It's
It's
like
a
a.
flying car.
This is what the world would look like if. That's better. Look like one of those.
Like the Spider-Man meme. There's glasses.
Yeah.
The Browns have had more head coaches than America's had presidents or QBs. The Browns have had more head coaches than America's had QBs. Oh.
My God.
He's just rambling now.
Oh, man. Yeah.
A fun fact. Picture this. Super Bowl. Jacksonville Jaguars against the Seahawks. Halftime, the Jags lead 17-7. Bad Bunny comes on the stage. Somebody comes out to clean it up. Bad Bunny is on stage and he comes. Bad Bunny is performing at halftime. He's speaking Espanol, no habla inglés. At half time, he says, obviously it's half time, he's not performing first quarter. Anyway, he's performing, he's speaking Spanish, he's doing his thing. In English, the first time he spoke English his whole performance, he says, "Welcome to the stage." Everyone's thinking, yo, it might be like Jennifer Lopez, some other Hispanic. And he says, "Carlos Queijo, welcome to the stage." And Carlos Queijo comes on the stage.
Do you like me backup t-shirt for today, lads?
Why'd you have a backup
I
t-shirt?
thought your name was Scott.
That is sick. What's that on top? Is that a snail?
A mouse.
Ah.
Pause.
The snail.
A snail.
Pause?
Why would the cat be hunting a snail?
Why would you say pause? Who said something?
That's
You
Okay.
said pause?
no. Yeah, did you read the shirt?
I can't read. I'm illegally blind. Trump comes in illegal.
Legally blind. You're not allowed to be blind.
No, I'm illegally blind. Trump comes in. Did you say illegal?
Illegal. Somebody say illegal.
No, because his eyes aren't very good. My eyes amazing. His eyes aren't very good.
Yeah, we could never do a live episode because we'd all fucking kill each other.
Yeah, no chance. 0% chance. Not until we get sponsored, and then we've got to stop all this anyway. Okay, what the hell was that? Never do that again. I ain't going live, bro. We might whoop your ass. You do that again. You ever seen that DDG video? You onto that one? He's like, when the guy does the fucking splits holding his jacket. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We might whoop your ass. I've been storing that one for so long. I just never thought to use it. Some of those bad jokes you were making last week, Key, I was like, damn, I should have said it then. I catch it in the edit and I might just be like, we might whoop your ass. You say that again. Anyway, I think it's time I hit stop recording and go play Baldur's Gate.